Hello guys, and welcome to this update. As you may know, I'm going to model a British Engage layout. Half of the layout is on wheels. Don't look at the mess, I'm clearing up some things. Half of the layout is going to be based on the UK. The other half is going to be based on Switzerland. The reason for that is this. Piss poor performance, technically, of British Engage. I got some trains in the box quite some time. You put it on the track and it won't run. The reason is the engine actually works perfectly fine. I just got power on it and it spins like crazy, so absolutely good. The problem are these, the bogies. And I've taken a couple of HSTs apart today. I got two running. By sacrificing one HST motor car, I was able to get two trains running. I've taken apart the HST. Let me see what you get. If you take it apart. The engine is really nice, doesn't make a lot of noise or whatever, runs very good. The problem is power pickup and the bogies. They are jam-packed with goo and they got stuck. So let me give me this. It doesn't run at all, so I got nothing to lose. So let's drench them. Like this, bang. We keep them in there for an hour or so, get them out, get them dried up, and see how it goes. Okay guys, so I've taken the loco apart, checked the wiring, checked that the engine would run. The engine runs beautifully when it's on its own, so no complaints about that. Problem appeared to be in these small pins which did not connect. Yeah, out of the factory, and it doesn't want to run because these stupid pins don't connect. Okay, so taking it apart, replaced everything, cleaned it. So yeah, let's see how it performs. And by the way, I got this very handy tool because, have a look at that. It's making things a little bit bigger so you can see what you're doing, because there are some very, very tiny, nifty. Let me see if I can show you. These screws are horribly tiny, so you need magnifying glasses, or at least something like this. Let me see if it's going to work, yes or no. Right, here we go, hopefully it works. Oh god. You can hear the engine struggle. Oh, bogie is really, really tight to the chassis. It might be a problem though. Oh god. Well, a little bit higher in tone and you got yourself a Valenta, but no, this doesn't sound good. So I have to open it up again and see where the horrible noise came from. As these parts are really tiny, You don't want to place this board the wrong way, because then you can run into real issues and figuring out what the problem is. So what I did, I made an A here on the chassis and a small A here at the PCB, so I know which way it should face when I reapply it. Right, so I got these two things off, which are placed over here to keep both parts of the chassis on their place, so you can now lift it up. This is a class 43 HST of grain Farish on the inside. Now the squeaking noise part is terrifying me. It runs, but it's making a heck of a noise, and I'm afraid that if I run the loco long enough, then it won't last, or it will catch fire sometime. So we don't want to have that. So let's see if we can spot a problem and try to fix it. Right, we're at the magnifier glass again, and I can't see my hand. This is really weird. There are two very tiny parts of the HST. There it goes. In the chassis, which connect the motor to the bogie, and all transmission is going through these two things. Here you can see it's still attached between the motor and the bogie. Don't try to run your train on one of them. I tried with a 91. It ran for 10 centimeters, then it snapped. So yeah, don't do it. Always go for two. Right, this is the bogie. As you can see, we have the stuff in there is protected. I had it cleaned it out, but let's see if I can open it and give it a splash of oil. It might solve the problem. Right, let's go back to the magnifying glass, and I put the other side of the bogie back on the engine, and right, well, engine does make some noise, so part of that squeaking sound might actually be coming from the engine. It might very well be that the insulation, which is very, very horrible stuff, very cheaply done, it was all worn out, so I had to remove it. It might very well be that by removing that little bit of insulation, that the sound is vibrating inside the bogie and make things look much worse than it actually is. I also gave them these two droplets of oil. You can very gently lift this up. I'm not sure if you can see, but there is some gearing in there, and giving it some drop of oil. I'm using this one, Fleischmann oil, very good. Lasts forever, that stuff, so yeah. So we're going to get it back together again and see if that worked just or not. Right, so by reapplying the PCB again, the power point won't connect, so I have to do that, but for that I have to use two hands, so give me a moment. Right, so what you have to do is you get a wooden piece of wood behind it, and then just gently make sure it goes over the connection pin of the engine, and then you have a connection. And now it hopefully should work. Right, just put it on the track, and let's see how things go. It sounds a bit bonky, but the squeaking noise is gone. Oh, have a look at that. Oh, it doesn't want to go the other way. Now it does. Okay, well, much better. Let's see if it is accepting the crossover. It does. Ooh. It got stuck for a moment, and then really? Well, I still have to look into it, but progress is being made, as you could hear and could see. So I'm pleased for today. I also got this one that doesn't work. This one actually runs pretty fine, so that's good. But this one came straight out of the box and didn't run. So I have to look into that as well. And but for now it looks promising.